Good morning, class, and welcome back to Hot School. Hope you had yourselves a good recess. In today's lesson, we will be covering Lily, who is a range support out of the Warcraft universe. What makes Lily exceptional is her ability to blind targets, completely shutting down some heroes similar to the Butcher. Now, without going too much more into her, we're going to go ahead and start a game. Alrighty, so we find ourselves in Volskaya Foundry. On the friendly team, we've got Lily, Probius, Vala, Illidan, and Joanna versus Whitemane, Gazlo, Hanzo, Lunara, and Blaze. If I was to really sum up Lily, and for the longest time, I've always considered her to be one of the best heroes to learn the game and learn positioning with, as she is pretty forgiving in that. But she actually has a little bit of a side of her that can make her more strategic. So what we're going to do is at level 1, we're actually going to take, let's see, I'm looking at what they've got here. Got quite a few, with Lunara especially. This is a tough choice. I'm going to take, we're going to take Eager Adventurer. Okay, so let's talk about Lily. So her Q ability is Healing Brew. So if there's a target within this circle here, you press Q and it throws a heal to them. Now it targets whoever's the lowest health in this circle. So that's one of the pros and cons of Lily is you can't necessarily, you don't have to worry as much about what heroes you are trying to heal. But similarly, it's based on your positioning. So you got to make sure that you're in a good position to make sure that the target that you're wanting to heal is the target receiving the heal. So right now there's an example of the Q ability. And we're gonna go ahead and use our W ability, which is called Cloud Serpent, which you can see that little tiny dragon that's floating around Joanna right now. Will attack enemies and it will heal Joanna as well. We're gonna go ahead and use our E ability, which is called Blinding Wind. And what that does, go in the damn thing. What Blinding Wind does is it throws two winds off of us, targeting the two nearest enemies, prioritizing heroes. So if you are in a group of minions like we're about to be and use it, we'll go ahead and blind all of the heroes instead of the minions. We're gonna hit him, and it does a considerable amount of damage. Go ahead and go once again, throw that Cloud Serpent onto the Joanna. So at level 1, the talent that we took, which is called Eager Adventurer, actually increases our trait duration by 100%, which I'm going to explain here momentarily. We're getting really pushed hard by these guys.
I'm not afraid of you.
Stop. Okay, so here's just a quick little hot tip for any character. If you are down to less than 400 health and you going against a like a Hanzo, somebody who could do a considerable amount of health and pretty much any skill, don't. That's the tip. Okay, at level 4, we're actually going to take Hindering Wind. So Blinding Wind slows heroes. So when our wind hits a hero, it's going to slow them by 25% for 1.5 seconds. We need to push in on this Whitemane or we do nothing here. Okay, so Illidan is taking this camp, which is fine, but we're missing out on a wave of XP, so we need to come up here, try to take care of that. We're going to go ahead and pop out this. We're going to slow this Blaze, try to keep him there. We did that blind, which blinded the Lunara. We're going to go ahead and throw the Cloud Serpent on Illidan, try to give him heals. And we're going to go ahead and blind the two of them. So our trait, it's called Fast Feet. So upon taking any type of damage, now that can be a minion shot or anything, our cooldowns will actually come back 50% faster during, what's the duration on that? For 1 second. So if we're taking multiple hits, we will be getting cooldowns faster. Now, what makes that even more exceptional is with that level 1 talent that we took, that Eager Adventure, that lasts now to 1.5 seconds. So now as we take damage, like we're continuing to take damage here, so we're getting a lot more cooldown reduction. I'm keeping Lunara here because she's a huge threat to our team. I'm going to go ahead and grab this sippy cup here, and then we're going to go ahead and head down to the team here. No need to speed that up. I wanted to make sure that this camp is going to get that value. And we're going to go ahead and blind that Hanzo. We don't have the rest of the team here, so although we're getting the camp value, we're probably going to lose this objective. We're going to use our blinding wind so that we can stop that Lunara from doing that poke damage to us. We'll go ahead and throw on our Cloud Serpent on us so that it will go ahead and heal us as it hits other targets. At level 7, we are going to take, see what kind of CC? They don't really have too much CC, so we're going to take Lightning Serpent, which actually makes the Cloud Serpent attacks bounce to other heroes, which is going to help us do a little bit more damage out there too. We lost the objective because Probius and Illidan never came to it. We're going to go ahead and give Joanna the Cloud Serpent so it gets in a little bit of that bounce value. We're going to go ahead and use our blind out there, slow down and stop a little bit of that damage coming out. Go ahead and give this to this Vala because she's going to kill herself right there by standing in the protector's stuff. We go ahead and throw out a blind. It's not going to do any damage really against the protector, but it's just more or less getting stuff out. We're going to have to bail out of here. Go ahead and give her Joanna that heal. Thought she might get hit. We're going to go ahead and hurt because we need our health right now.
I did not expect the protector to be destroyed like that.
Looks like Illidan was able to take on Gazlowe in the bot lane. However, it looks like we are going to lose the middle fort here. Probius is going to step up too far and probably get hit by that Hanzo, which is going to kill him.
Less than ideal.
Go ahead and give Probius to heal there. We need to get back to laning. I gave the Cloud Serpent over to the Joanna. We lost another wave of XP up here on top. So that's going to be what's going to lead to our downfall if we don't do something about that here shortly. And we're just going to try to get out of here, heal ourselves up. Going to grab a sippy cup here. Come up here, do our blinding wind, which is going to slow at least. I'm going to throw the Cloud Serpent onto the Probius as he's going to press up forward. I want to make sure that I get that regen globe. Looks like we're able to get a kill on the Blaze, which is solid. And a kill on that white main. Went ahead and threw the blinding wind out, got the slows off of them. At level 10, we are going to take... I want to take Water Dragon for the damage, but we're going to take Jug of 1,000 Cups as their damage is not necessarily very bursty as much as it is over time with the Lunara and the... They do have the Hanzo, which is kind of a burst damage, and the extra burst damage from the Water Dragon would be helpful, but I don't want to put myself in such places that's going to get me kind of hit by that. So we're going to go ahead and bail off that Probius, come down here, see what's going on. Looks like we got Illidan on Gazlowe. If we can come up here and get a slow on that Gazlowe, watch out, Illidan. Go ahead, heal Illidan. Go ahead and toss him a Cloud Serpent. Get the damage in on that Gazlowe, finishing him off. And really, that's the main thing you got to do when you're playing as Lily a lot of times is make sure that you're just watching where your team is. And I don't mean necessarily just Lily, but pretty much any support class. See what your team is doing and try to, you know, obviously by definition, support them whenever you can. You're not gonna do anything to me, Blaze. I mean, you can chase me all day. All you're gonna be doing is wasting your own MP there, buddy. Oh, we're go ahead and give this Vala a little bit of heals. Give her a Cloud Serpent, so it's gonna bounce off and do damage onto there. We're gonna go ahead and blind that Hanzo. Hanzo's really the only thing that's really giving them a lot of damage right now. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna go ahead and put Cloud Serpent on ourselves. Doesn't look like the team necessarily wants to do this. We're gonna go ahead and throw the blinding wind and throw our jugs here. So our Jugs is our ult ability. Go ahead and toss that on that Vala. Make sure that she's got the heals. Slow that Blaze from getting away. Get that kill there. Okay, so I guess I didn't really explain our ultimate ability too well. We'll get back to that here in a second. Level 13, we're going to take Mass Vortex Blinding Wind. Hits more targets. So instead of hitting 2 targets with a Blinding Wind, it's going to hit 3, which means 3 slows, 3 blinds, and if it hits 3 heroes, it does 75% more damage. We're going to come up here to this Illidan, kind of give him a heal, but going back to our ultimate definition here, we took Jug of 1,000 Cups. So if you look at this big circle here, it throws a huge cup above our head that just continues to spill healing from us, giving heals to our allies. Can be a considerable amount of healing. We're going to kind of step back and make sure that we are in a safe space here. We don't want to be hit by that Hanzo. And we're going to go ahead and slow that Hanzo, make sure he can't get away, make sure he can take as much damage as he can. Go ahead and give Vala that Cloud Serpent. Okay, they're pressing in, that's fine. As soon as that Blaze gets out of there, we're going to go ahead and do this and pop Jugs.
You are like the best healer ever.
Thank you, my friend.
And we'll go ahead and blind that Lunara. We're going to just do damage to this Blaze. We're going to pop Cloud Serpent on ourselves so we can do a little bit more damage to this Blaze. Get on and as much healing as that Illidan as we can. Go ahead and blind everybody so they're not doing any more damage to us. Go ahead and put Cloud Serpent on the Illidan as he's chasing down that Lunara. It's not going to be enough. And we're gonna get taken out there because we did not have Probius up there with us fighting. 4v5s are no good. Alrighty, so we should be able to we should have enough time to come back and as 5 strike on this point before it ends. So as long as Probius doesn't get himself killed by pressing out too far, we will have an opportunity to do so. So we're going to come back up here, see what we can get going.
What kind of a jerk hits a little girl?
Need to wait for us. Vala's stepping up forward. Gotta get herself killed. Alright, we're coming up here. Go ahead and we're going to go ahead and pop that Cloud Serpent onto the Probius. Go ahead and blind that Lunara because the Illidan is on her. We did not get on the point. Go ahead and pop our Jugs to keep that Illidan alive because we need everybody to live through this if possible. Try to get as many heals as we can. Watch out for the protector damage. Toss the Cloud Serpent on Joanna because she's going to be out there. We're going to go ahead and throw the blinds out on the targets that are there. Give the blind... Oh, give the Cloud Serpent to Joanna and give her a heal, which is going to be enough, luckily, to press off. Go ahead and give another heal out to the Illidan here as people step in. Go up, step up, throw our blinds out so we can make sure that less damage is coming out. Throw the Cloud Serpent onto the Probius. We were able to mitigate that pretty well. Joanna went into the back line while we're still trying to fight up on this. Throw out the Cloud Serpent. Make sure that you always have your Cloud Serpent on a target because that's just extra healing. Go ahead and blind targets as they come out of that bunker. We're probably still going to lose this. We're going to toss Cloud Serpent onto the Vala. But we want to make sure that we're doing as much damage as possible. Go ahead and get more blinds out, which is also doing damage.
The best healer ever.
As long as we're safe and we're kind of whittling them down, it's okay for this. We got Illidan who grabbed a camp. Going to keep us giving a little bit of XP out of that, with the rest of us still able to soak up that lane. Level 16, we're actually going to take Blessings of Yulon, which is going to make the Cloud Serpent heal for 1.25% max health of the target every time it attacks. So even if it's not attacking heroes, it's still going to be doing that extra healing. So we're just checking the map, seeing what's going on. Looks like they're pushing into bot. We need to go bot and defend that as much as we can. Illidan has Hunt, so he can join in kind of whenever he wants. We're going to come down here, cause a little bit of distress on this Gazlo. And go ahead and give some heals. Get this... Why would you, Hearth? We're just going to go ahead and give this Joanna some heals. Make sure she's topped off for the fight that is going to ensue here pretty soon. We want to push out this bot lane a little bit, prioritizing this a little bit because the objective is going to be on the bot, and we don't want Gazlo to be able to set up on that, which there are 3 of their teammates at the bottom right now. So we want to come down here and make sure we can protect as much as we can. We want to take out these Gazlo turrets. And we're going to go ahead and throw some slows out. Throw the Cloud Serpent onto the Vala, which is going to go ahead and give her a little bit of healing. Can we get that? We're going to go ahead and pop our Jugs, which is enough to keep us up from that from that Hanzo. Oh, and we saved the Probius too with the heals, so we were able to get the kill there on the Hanzo, and we didn't lose anybody down here. But Illidan did die in the top lane,
Okie dokie.
so we're just trying to keep everybody topped off as much as we can. Go ahead, I'm just going to throw that Cloud Serpent on the Vala so that she can do a little bit more damage. If Probius is going to sit there, that's fine, because he's good for setting up. So we're going to go ahead and throw more heals on that Vala. Try to get over here to the Joanna. Make sure that she has heals and has as much health as she can possibly have going into this. As soon as we see a target, we're going to throw a Cloud Serpent on her, blind this Blaze, because I do not want to be hit by this Blaze. He's standing in his fire, so he's going to be getting heals that way. Just let that bomb go off by the Gazlo. And we're going to go ahead and throw the Cloud Serpent onto the Joanna again, as she's going in and doing what she does there. We go ahead and throw out these blinds. And we're going to go ahead and pop Jugs early. Make sure that we got those heals going out early enough. Go ahead and keep that Probius healed. Go ahead and toss a Cloud Serpent on him. Go ahead and blind the Lunara, but should be able to get this Lunara out of this. Okay, we got a jump up by Joanna. She's out. We've got everybody healing up, and they are going to win this exchange. We're just going to get out, and the Probius is just fodder at this point.
Hey, a flower.
And we're just going to go and blind. Just kind of be a little bit of a nuisance here. Go ahead and blind both of them. With her ult, she's going to be able to take us out.
I've come back from worse. Do not lose hope.
Not a welcome development.
Yeah, their Hanzo is just wrecking into us, and he's what is making it so his positioning is good enough that he's able to stay out and not get blinded by us. I mean, we're doing an okay job healing. We got about 74,000. We're doing a little bit of hero damage. We're not really known for our hero damage when we're going kind of more of a healing build. However, Lily can do a deceptive amount of damage. All right, now we're gonna come back up here and hopefully get off some heals before Vala gets herself killed in this Hanzo ult.
Kill this fool.
She was completely out of range for me, so I couldn't really do anything there. Gonna go ahead and get in a lot of kills there because we were able to get Jugs out. Gonna go ahead and throw down a turret. Throw down the turret! Use the turret if you're gonna pick it up. Level 20, we're gonna take Jug of 1,000,000 cups.
The protector has been destroyed.
Go ahead and blind everybody out there. Put down the turret. Well, Probius never used the turret, so the turret would have been enough to keep them back. We're gonna come up here, throw and pop a Cloud Serpent on ourselves, and blind what we can.
I'm not afraid of you.
Keep the loss.
It's not gonna be enough to take out the Lunara before she is able to take that turret down. We got the Blaze here. With us being pretty much the only person that's not dying on the team, it's going to be very difficult for us to kind of do everything that's needing to be done right now.
I'm not afraid of you.
We're just going to step back. If Blaze continues to want to fight us, he can chase us under this fort. We're just doing little piddle damage to him. Looks like Illidan went in on the Hanzo. Hanzo's going to jump over this terrain here, but he's going to... Ooh, nice Bolt of the Storm used by Illidan. Should be able to secure that. I'm going to go ahead and slow that Lunara down,
Double kill.
giving our Illidan the ability to do that. We're going to go ahead and throw a Cloud Serpent onto the Illidan. probably going to be too little too late. We're going to come down here. Illidan's going to start on that camp. We're going to help him out by giving him a Cloud Serpent, throwing a blind. He can do the rest of that. We need to come over here and take out this catapult, because we need to stop the catapults from pushing onto our core. So we use a Cloud Serpent so we can do a little bit extra damage as catapult. It's not much, but it's all we got. Throw out a blind, do a little bit of damage there to 3 of those targets. Gonna come up here to mid and try to soak up what XP that we can. It looks like we got a... See, what we need to do is we need to get a kill in the next 10 seconds. Because a kill in the next 10 seconds means that we are able to stagger their deaths. Alright, we're going to come in here. We got a lot going on. We're going to go ahead and pop our jugs. Just get all this damage. Try to get in all the mitigation as we can. Give Illidan as many heals as we possibly can. Throw another heal on him. Throw some blinds out there. We're going to go ahead and give Illidan a Cloud Serpent because we need Illidan to live. He's the one that is doing all the damage for the team. Go ahead and pop him another heal. As he comes in here, we're going to go ahead and blind the Hanzo. Going to give the Illidan a Cloud Serpent. Go ahead and give him as many heals as we can. And we were able to get him up. Alright, we were able to save the Illidan. Go ahead and give him another heal here. We're going to go ahead and throw a Cloud Serpent on ourselves.
Power routed to the terminal. Control it and you can pilot the protector.
Follow, do not get yourself killed there. Can't really take that. Can't really take that path now there, can we? We're going to come over here and try to get this objective.
I'm not afraid of you.
Would be a nice objective for us to obtain. We're gonna go ahead and Illidan heals by hitting stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and ping that those need to be taken care of. It looks like Illidan is on it. Go ahead and give Vala a heal. Illidan's gonna go ahead and take care of that. He should be able to hunt back, so we're not really overly concerned about him not being here right now. We just got to make sure that that nobody dies up here. So it's on us to make sure that we keep these heals going out. But as you saw there, with the jugs going off and with our blinds and everything, we were able to keep that Illidan alive, so he could do some deep dives on these different targets. So we were able to really make a sizable difference in that last fight. They're going to be pressing in here in any second now because it's at 97, 98, 99. Oh, looks like they're good. I don't want in there.
The protector to victory.
I want to come over here and help this Illidan. Whoa! Illidan went way too far deep. I couldn't even get over there. And we're going to throw out blinds. Just trying to help mitigate what we can here. Yeah, that's a smart move. Just walk out. You've got time. Use the time so that Illidan can come back up. Throw out more blinds. If they could get us a pick on like a Hanzo or something, that'd be huge, but that is not going to happen. We're about to lose the Triglob. Go ahead and get more blinds out. Go ahead and give that Proteus a little bit of heals. Didn't really get anything done with that Triglob. Had Illidan not YOLO'd in there on that one, we may have had a little bit better of an opportunity there. Go ahead and give ourselves a Cloud Serpent so we have a little bit more DPS. Take out that Gazlo turret. Just try to keep these turrets off. They have superior like ability to poke on these things, so just making sure that we can combat them wherever possible is pretty much all that we can do at this point, and we just gotta wait for Illidan to make a play again. As right now he is the only one that's really kind of carrying our damage on our team. Our Vala, although she's doing damage, it's not necessarily meaningful damage because she's hitting the blaze. She's hitting the targets that are up front that are just healing through it. So yeah, she's gonna have a lot of damage on the healing or on the damage meters, but the damage that she's doing isn't necessarily meaningful to the fight.
That feels much better.
You are like the best healer ever.
All right, we got Illidan, who's probably wanting to get a hunt going. Because we basically we need to neutralize their Lunara and their Hanzo. And Hunt is the best way that we are capable of doing that.
My uncle taught me this one.
Take out the Lunara vision there out of that bush.
Sure.
I just keep giving a Cloud Serpent to anybody who gets hit because I want them to get healed up back to full without me having to use my cooldown on my Q. Illidan's taking that camp right above us.
Love exploring.
Oh no, he's finished out the minion wave. And so really, it's right now we're trying to baby the Illidan. The Illidan is our playmaker. We need him to make plays. So we're just wanting to keep him healed up. If he hunts in on somebody, I'm gonna Cloud Serpent him, Q to heal him, and then pop my blinding wind and jugs. And hopefully, in the amount of time that all of those things happen, he's able to secure a kill. That's basically where we're at in this match right now. And it'll probably come down to this next Triglov. If we get it, we have a chance. We don't, we may not have as much of a chance. Okay, they need to be very careful here. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and pop out those heals. If Illidan hunts in, then we pop our jugs. Right now, we're just trying to keep Vala alive. I'm doing fine on mana and everything, so I'm not really worried about that. We're just keeping everybody topped off. We're going to top that, put that on the Vala. Illidan's getting closer. We've got the lanes pushed out far enough. This is almost the best time for us to kind of do this. Oh, Illidan. There it is. It's go time. If we can get up there, we're slowed. We got the heals going out. Mad heals. We got the kill. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. Go ahead and get those heals off. Oh, if we can get that Hanzo. And we got that Hanzo. Chase down for the kill.
I cannot do this alone.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and give Illidan the Cloud Serpent again, so he's still healing up with the Cloud Serpent, even though we're not fighting minions. Or heroes. Get a blind out and try to get rid of these minions as much as you can. Once again, Cloud Serpent on the Illidan, who's going to be using evasion when he can. Ooh, that might be what we need. We can go core. So we're just going ahead and popping off heals where we can. Get these blinds out of here. Once again, Cloud Serpent on the Illidan, making sure that he's getting healed up from that as much as he can. Go ahead and pop that. Pop some jugs. And that's GG! As we were able to come back and get that win. We had to rely on that Illidan to make the play. After Vala did an exceptional amount of damage to that Hanzo, Illidan coming in with that follow-up hunt really made the whole thing kind of snowball from there. So that's Lily. I know I felt like I was talking a mile a minute and there was a lot going on, and so if I didn't make a lot of sense while I'm talking, I'm sorry, but damn it, we won the game. So let's take a look and see what what talents and stuff that we chose on the last one. So stats wise, healing, we did a good amount of healing. 40k damage, not really all that much, but it is what it is, right? So talents, here's where it came into play. So at level 1, we took Eager Adventurer, and the reason for that is because we wanted the ability to have our heals come up more often by increasing our fast feet duration. Also, our mana regen increase there is one of the things that helped us stay out on the field pretty much the entire match. At level 4, we took Hindering Wind, so Blinding Wind slows enemy hero movement for 25% for 1.5 seconds, and that was just so that as they would press in, we could slow them. So while they're trying to get away, they're a little bit slower, and maybe we could get some damage out on them, like with the Vala and the Illidan. At level 7, we took Lightning Serpent, and this allowed our Cloud Serpent attacks to bounce to hit 2 additional heroes and receive more healing. So my strategy in that a lot of times was they were focusing Joanna pretty hard because she was pretty deep. So I would throw the Cloud Serpent on Joanna, and then as the Cloud Serpent would attack, because of our level 16 talent, but and which would automatically heal her for 1.25% of her maximum health every time it attacked, but then it would bounce off of heroes, giving her additional healing as well. So that was just trying to keep our Joanna up as much as we could. At level 10, we took Jug of 1,000 Cups, and that was our big heal that we needed to use. We needed just a lot more healing during a lot of those fights, and that was what did it for us. At level 13, we took Mass Vortex, and this just made it so that instead of using Blinding Wind on 2 targets, we hit it on 3, because a lot of times we had the Blaze up in our face, and then Lunara and Hanzo were around. And this way we could ensure that we were getting all 3 of the people that would really be doing the damage to us. Plus, it did an additional 75% damage if we hit 3 heroes, which we did, and we got in a decent amount of damage from that. And then at level 20, we took Jug of 1,000,000 Cups, and this was because it made it so that we had 2 jugs above us actually healing 2 targets at the same time, which was exceptionally needed during those fights, because that's one of the downsides to Lily is she doesn't have group healing until you can take this. Your best chance at group healing is to put a Cloud Serpent on one target and use your Q heal to heal another. So now, if you're going more of a damage build, Lily, which honestly, my personal opinion, is the more fun build. However, in that instance, it wasn't needed, because we needed heals way more than we needed damage, because the amount of damage that we would provide, even on the damage build, wouldn't be enough to overcome the amount of damage we would be taking, especially against that Hanzo. That Hanzo was really good at getting that poke damage in, and he hits like a truck. So for talent diversity at level 1, if you're going against specifically a Butcher's the number 1 target that I can say this on, but Wind Serpent is one of the best talents that Lily has. And what this does is when you cast Cloud Serpent on a target, it casts Blinding Wind from that target. So let's say, you're sitting here and here's fresh meat, and Butcher comes flying out of nowhere and goes to hit a target. What you do is you throw a Cloud Serpent on them. That immediately blinds the Butcher. So the Butcher is going to be blinded for, 2 seconds? 1.5 seconds. So he's blinded for 1.5 seconds. Then you run up to your ally and you use Blinding Wind. That's another 1.5 second blind. Plus, you will have taken the slows. So what that does is that makes it so that the Butcher, A, doesn't do damage for 3 seconds, and B, is going slower than his target, so can't stick to them to try to do damage after those 3 seconds. One thing I like to talk about on Lily, and I've done some matches where I've had teammates like blow up at me like, hey, you're not healing, blah, blah, blah. Lily's deceptive because of the fact that she does blinds. The best type of damage is the damage you don't receive. So if you're able to block Butcher from getting off, damage for 3 seconds, that's a huge amount of mitigation that you're doing. And that will never show up in a stat line, right? But it will make a huge difference on your ability to win these team fights. So at level 4, I pretty much always take Hindering Winds because having the enemy be slower, I mean, the other talents are good. So like every time a Cloud Serpent attacks a hero, it gains 0.6 seconds. So you have more Cloud Serpent, which means more healing and more damage from that. Safely Sprint. So this actually increases your trait. So when you gain that fast feet from getting hit, you gain more movement speed. Plus you can activate it to gain an additional 30%, which is good. But I find that slowing my foes is more valuable than me moving fast. It essentially accomplishes the same thing, but one helps out my team and one just helps out me. Level 7, If you are doing a damage build, you would still do Lightning Serpent, once again, because it bounced to other heroes. Now the good stuff is also good as well. And what this does is it adds a heal over time effect to your potions, which can be really good. And I take it from time to time, but I typically like Lightning Serpent because of the fact that it gets out a little bit more damage along with the heals. But good stuff helps outside of battles. Lightning Serpent helps inside of battles. So that's kind of the big trade-off there. Now, if you're going against a team with a lot of hard CCs, I mean, on pretty much any hero, if they have a cleanse ability as a support, you take it, because there's so much CC in this game that having the ability to cleanse someone. So like, and once again, if you're going against a Butcher, you take Let's Go, and that just basically, between that and the blinds, Butcher's worthless. He's not going to kill anybody while you guys are together, as long as people aren't dumb. And then at level 10, you would take Water Dragon. So what this does is, while you're running around, this big circle appears, and then whatever the nearest enemy is to you, and then anybody who's next to them is going to take splash damage. This huge blue dragon comes flying out from you and then drops down on that hero, damaging them. But even more importantly, it slows them by 70% for 4 seconds, which is a massive slow. Allows you to follow up with a lot of damage from your team, and it allows you to secure kills. So if you're going to damage build, definitely take Water Dragon. Obviously, you have to play your match by ear. If you need heals, take the heals. Otherwise, have some fun. I like Mass Vortex just because of the fact that Blinding Wind always hits more targets and it does more damage. However, you can take Surging Winds. It gives you a little bit more spell power percent, but I tend to find Mass Vortex is more damage now, and the spell power, although it increases your healing and stuff as well, I feel like you just get much more value out of Mass Vortex, because in a team fight, you're almost always hitting 3 heroes, and that's 3 slows plus 3 times extra damage. I don't really care about Gale Force. Not a fan of that talent. It allows your basic attacks to do more damage. It does increase the blind duration, so if you're going against like a Butcher or something, you'd be okay at that. However, I still find Mass Vortex better, just because it's an additional blind, additional slow, additional damage. It's just additional. At level 16, if I'm not taking Blessings of Yulon, which made it so that we were healing, and I just recently started taking this because I really like the fact that it works on minions as well. So like if you're taking a boss or something, they can be healing up well through that. So I really like that there. However, Pick Me Up allows your Q to do more healing on targets that are lower in health. And then my favorite one in the tier, but the main reason I don't take it, it's got a pro and a very big con. So the pro is that it increases number of allies healed by your Q to 2. So instead of throwing 1 potion, you throw 2 and you heal 2 people at the same time, which is awesome. So that goes back to Lily. One of Lily's major weaknesses is that she doesn't have the ability to heal more than 1 target. However, that gives her that ability, but it increases the cooldown by 1 second. And what ends up happening is, if you're really trying to keep 1 target up in the middle of a team fight, that 1 second is a huge nerf. It's a huge con in that fight. You're trying to get out that extra healing. Like, there were so many instances during that last match where if I would have had a 1 second longer cooldown on my Q, Illidan would have died, Probius would have died, Vala would have died. I mean, all 3 of them, if caught out of position or caught without their safeties, they don't have a lot of health, and I need those cooldowns faster. So at level 20, if you're going a damage build, I mean, what's better than 1 dragon? 2 dragons. So what that does is you would cast Water Dragon. Whatever hero it hits, it would then immediately cast another Water Dragon from that same point, more than likely hitting that same hero. Once again, renewing that slow, doing that more damage. The other options, Mistweaver, I'm not really a huge fan of that. It's another heal that you can do, and with Cloud Serpent, you can get more heals off, but if it's not in a perfect world, you're not getting the cooldown enough on it. And then Shake It Off, I like the idea of having armor, but I just find that the Lily is one of the few heroes where I find that the ultimate talents, no matter which ultimate you took, is usually the better choice than the other talents. A lot of heroes like, you know, Nubarak and very others have builds that their alternate stuff that doesn't empower their heroics are the ones that take, like Rewind, for instance. But anyways, that is Lily. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know I talked up a storm. We will see you guys all next time. We've got Li Ming is next. And you know what? After Li Ming, well, actually, I still have to go back and do Gaul. But after Li Ming and Gaul, we will be 50% of the way through our playthrough here of every hero. So that's really exciting. So thank you guys so much for stopping by today, and we will see you guys all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out and doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.